Welcome to VNT. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. In modern defense, titanium is the backbone of advanced military hardware. Its presence is felt in nearly every aspect of today's cutting-edge military technology, from the smallest fasteners to the largest structural components. Titanium's unique combination of properties has made it indispensable for the world's most sophisticated armed forces. Its high strength, low weight, and resistance to heat and corrosion make it essential for fighter jets, submarines, and armored vehicles. These qualities allow military engineers to design equipment that is lighter, faster, and more durable than ever before, giving troops a critical advantage in the field. Without titanium, aircraft would be heavier and less agile, submarines less stealthy, and vehicles less mobile. Titanium's use in airframes and engines means jets can fly higher and maneuver more sharply, while submarines can dive deeper and operate more quietly, evading detection. On land, sea, and air, titanium's unique properties enable Western militaries to maintain a technological edge. Its versatility means it can be found in everything from personal armor to the most advanced missile systems, supporting a wide range of missions and environments. Naval vessels use titanium for hulls and piping, reducing maintenance and extending operational life. Titanium's resistance to saltwater corrosion is especially valuable, allowing ships to remain at sea longer and operate in harsh conditions with less downtime for repairs. Armored vehicles and artillery use titanium alloys to boost mobility without sacrificing protection. This means vehicles can move faster across difficult terrain, while still shielding crews from enemy fire and explosive threats. Missiles and munitions rely on titanium for performance and reliability. Its strength ensures that critical components withstand the intense forces of launch and impact, while its lightness allows for greater payloads and longer ranges. There are no true substitutes for titanium in these roles. Its strength to weight and heat resistance are unmatched. Alternative metals simply cannot deliver the same balance of performance, durability, and efficiency required by modern militaries. This makes the titanium supply chain a matter of national security. From mining and refining to manufacturing, every step must be protected to ensure a steady flow of this vital resource. Any disruption threatens not just industry, but a nation's ability to project military power. The reliability of titanium supplies can determine the outcome of conflicts and the safety of service members. The security of the West is forged from this one essential metal. As long as titanium remains at the heart of military innovation, it will continue to shape the future of warfare and defense. The world's supply of titanium and rare earths is concentrated in China's hands, giving Beijing a powerful grip on materials that are essential for modern technology and defense. China produces over half of the world's titanium sponge and dominates rare earth mining and crucially processing. These materials are the backbone of everything from smartphones and electric vehicles to advanced fighter jets and missile systems. Nearly 90% of rare earth refining happens in China, making even non-Chinese mines dependent on Beijing for the final usable product. This means that even if rare earths are mined elsewhere, they often must be sent to China for processing before they can be used. This dominance is no accident. It's the result of decades of state policy, subsidies, and strategic investment. The Chinese government identified these materials as critical to future industries and poured resources into building a world-leading supply chain. As Western nations closed mines for economic or environmental reasons, China captured the market. While other countries hesitated, China expanded aggressively, filling the gap left by shuttered Western operations. Now, the US and Europe face a critical vulnerability. Their defense supply chains all lead back to China. From jet engines to missile guidance systems, countless components rely on Chinese-sourced materials. This dependency gives Beijing immense leverage over Western military production, allowing China to potentially disrupt or influence the flow of vital resources in times of crisis. The ability to arm and defend now rests in part on the goodwill of a strategic rival. Western defense industries are forced to navigate this uneasy reliance, knowing that supply disruptions could have serious consequences. For defense planners, this is a central challenge, one that has turned raw materials into a geopolitical chess piece. The competition for secure supply lines is now as important as the race for technological superiority. The West's reliance on China is a risk that can no longer be ignored. As global tensions rise, securing access to these critical materials has become a top priority for policymakers and industry leaders alike. In 2025, China weaponized its control over critical materials, sending shockwaves through global markets and governments alike. It began with export controls on gallium and germanium, two metals essential for semiconductors, advanced electronics, and green technologies. The restrictions quickly escalated, expanding to sweeping curbs on rare earth exports, minerals that are the backbone of everything from smartphones to electric vehicles and missile guidance systems. The decisive move came when Beijing announced a ban on rare earth exports for any foreign military use, a policy shift that reverberated across defense sectors worldwide. The new regime extended its reach to any product containing Chinese-sourced materials, regardless of where it was manufactured or assembled. This effectively gave China veto power over global technology supply chains, putting Beijing at the center of critical decision-making for countless industries. Officially, the justification was national security, but the timing, amid rising geopolitical tensions, left little doubt about the underlying strategic motives. Suddenly, Western nations and their industries were forced to confront just how dependent they had become on Chinese materials, exposing deep vulnerabilities in their supply chains. Now, any company exporting products with Chinese rare earths must seek explicit approval from Beijing, adding layers of uncertainty and delay. This has created a bureaucratic nightmare for industries worldwide, especially for those in the defense sector, where delays can have serious consequences. The era of free-flowing materials is over. China has now firmly linked access to its resources with its own geopolitical objectives, redrawing the map of global trade. Western defense industries in particular are now squarely in the crosshairs, facing production slowdowns and urgent calls for alternative sources. The rules of the game have changed, and the world is scrambling to adapt to Beijing's new export regime. Western defense giants like Boeing and Lockheed Martin depend on Chinese titanium and rare earths. Up to 15% of a fighter jet's airframe is titanium. Its engines and electronics rely on rare earths. Every F-35 contains materials sourced from China, creating undeniable dependency. This extends to ships, missiles, satellites, and even basic military electronics. A decision in Beijing can halt production or ground fleets thousands of miles away. Maintenance and repairs are just as vulnerable as new builds. An embargo could freeze production and cripple operational readiness. The West's military power is tethered to China's supply chain decisions. If China cuts off titanium and rare earth exports, Western defense production would grind to a halt within months. Stockpiles are limited and designed for short-term disruptions, not prolonged embargoes. Once reserves run out, there's no immediate alternative for the volume needed. Production freezes, contract defaults, and financial losses would ripple across the sector. Military readiness would suffer, new equipment delayed, maintenance jeopardized, and fleets grounded. The West would struggle to replace or upgrade aging platforms, eroding its global power. Meanwhile, China's military industry would continue unimpeded. The balance of power could shift dramatically, not by battle, but by supply chain failure. The ability to defend national interests would be fundamentally compromised. The US and its allies are scrambling to secure their supply chains. They're seeking new suppliers in Japan, Kazakhstan, and Australia, offering investment and long-term deals. Reshoring mining and processing is now a national security priority, but it's slow and costly. New mines take years to open, and rebuilding processing expertise is a major challenge. Recycling is gaining traction, recovering titanium and rare earths from scrap and old electronics. The US is funding new recycling technologies and efficiency improvements. Strategic stockpiles are being expanded to buffer against future shocks. The challenge building reserves without enriching China further. Success requires tight coordination between governments and industry. The race is on to build a firewall against China's weaponized supply chains. The West's efforts to secure minerals face immense challenges and a ticking clock. New mines and plants take years. In the meantime, the West remains exposed to Beijing's leverage. If diversification fails, the West risks losing its military technological edge. China could dictate the pace of Western military modernization, shifting the global balance of power. Failure to secure alternatives could fracture alliances as nations compete for scarce resources. China could exploit these divisions, weakening the Western alliance from within. The contest over critical minerals is a central front in global security. The future depends on whether democracies can break free from dependence or quietly surrender their strength.